Happy Juneteenth!
Happy Juneteenth!
Happy Juneteenth!
North Texas is the home of the grandmother of Juneteenth, Opal Lee. She remains the main catalyst, calling for turning annual Juneteenth celebrations across this nation into an American day of national celebration.
The grandmother of Juneteenth, Miss Opal Lee, made her annual 2.5-mile walk for freedom today.
When they learned they were free, they started celebrating, and we've been celebrating ever since.
How do you feel today?
I am ecstatic. I'm gonna walk this 2.5 miles to serve these youngsters. It can be done. So can some other stuff that we need to get done. And if an old 95-year-old can get it done, you can too. Is that all right?
No, I like that. That inspires me. That inspires me.
But thank you so much here.
We're with you, and we're going to be with you on this walk.
All
and
right.
I'm honored. And thank you. On behalf of all of us in
We're gonna
Texas.
get it done. We're
Yes,
gonna
ma'am.
get it done.
Yes, ma'am.
I believe that.
When I say we are, you say free! We are free! We are free!
The walk represents the 2.5 years it took for slaves to learn they were free in 1865.
Come on, y'all, give it up for Miss Opal!
A lot of familiar faces taking part in today's walk, including candidate for Governor Beto O'Rourke, who told us what this day means for him.
This day means that someone who had the courage and persistence and determination to do the right thing was vindicated, walking all the way from Fort Worth to Washington, D.C., and securing the first federal holiday in more than 3 decades to recognize Juneteenth right here in the state of Texas. So proud to be walking behind Ms. Opal Lee and to be inspired by her, as are millions of our fellow Americans.
People can be taught to hate, they can be taught to love. And you can do it.
What better way to celebrate Black emancipation than here in Fort Worth with Miss Opal Lee. Now we still have a long way to go in order for us to truly have true emancipation, true equality in this country, but we have come a long way.
Yeah, it's officially a Juneteenth holiday.
And the city of Galveston is celebrating its own Juneteenth history.
2.5 years late, the Emancipation Proclamation is read here to those who were enslaved in the state of Texas. And we commemorate that day every year on June 19th. And it was one of our own, one of our fellow Texans, Opal Lee, who made that happen. She talked about all the threats and challenges and opportunities that are before us, and she said, we have got to try. Because if we don't, what's the alternative? If we succumb to the temptation to despair, or even worse, to accept this as our future, then that's exactly what we and our kids and the generations that follow us are going to get. So for me, the lesson I take from Opal Lee, from those I've had a chance to listen to and talk with today in Galveston, the birthplace of Juneteenth, is we have got to keep trying. Thank you all for allowing me to talk with you today. Happy Juneteenth.
In general, when people ask me what do I want out of life, I just say freedom. Your rights to be respected as a human, no matter your race, your beliefs, your gender. And so that's what Juneteenth is for me. Yes, freedom.
Congresswoman Sheila Jackson Lee marked the occasion with a community-wide prayer in downtown Houston. She was the first to introduce legislation dealing with making Juneteenth a national holiday after a decade of seeking recognition. She held today's services at the historic Antioch Missionary Baptist Church, which was founded in 1866 by freed slaves.
This was the neighborhood of freed slaves. Where the skyscrapers are, these were our homes. These were where our great-grands were. This is what we viewed as sacred ground. The idea was this national recognition of Juneteenth creates a channel for teaching and learning. We are not doing this in anger. We want the nation to understand the truth. Slavery was brutal. It was long. It was lasting. It was never ending for those who were born. They lived, they worked, they buried, they died. We're so happy to see all of you here because what we wanted is, no matter what your background, however you came in Pilgrim's Pride, across the border, in an airplane, whether you were our indigenous brothers and sisters or as slaves unwilling, that this is your country too. We too are America.
I grew up as a child in this church, as a little one running around the pews, and being told to sit down, you don't run in church. But my mother always told us and made sure that learning was important. Your education was important. And what you learned and what God allowed you to do and learn in your mind, nobody, absolutely nobody, could take that from you. But I want everybody to know and understand that you can do so much more than you realize you can do if you're only willing to do it. You have to be willing to do it.
Here we sit and stand in 2022 in a state where this very year in our primary, 13% of the ballots cast were rejected in the state of Texas. That to me is not a full and free democracy right now. Those whom the council member asked us to remember who are looking down upon us from the past, and frankly, let's think about our kids and grandkids looking back at us from the future, are going to wonder what we will do at this moment, this defining moment of truth for our country. And so for me, learning from Ms. Bostic, learning from Sheila Jackson Lee, learning from those I've listened to across the state of Texas, I am inspired to commit myself to doing everything within my power, knowing you are going to do everything within your power to make sure that we fully rise to the occasion and allow this country to fulfill its promise and this state to fulfill its true potential. Thank you for allowing me to be with you, and thank you for the work that you are willing to do to make sure that we realize this.
Well, one of the biggest Juneteenth celebrations in Houston continues today at Emancipation Park. Hundreds celebrating how far the African American community has come and recognizing the people who paved the way.